Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with the Marvel Select Hulkbuster. Yet this ain't no ordinary action figure review, it's an action figure comparison with the Marvel Legends Hulkbuster. Before we get deep into this, I'll answer two burning questions. This is a Disney Store exclusive, which is where I bought it, and for the grand sum of $19.95. So you know how these action figure comparisons work. We're going to take a look at the various aspects of each action figure, comparing sculpt, deco and articulation. Then at the end of the video, you guys select a winner of the comparison in the comments below. Here is the Marvel Select Hulkbuster, and the sculpt really is beauty to my eyes. I might be a bit biased as the Hulkbuster is my favourite Iron Man armour because no matter what your girlfriend tells you, bigger is better. And I love the metallic paint finish that makes it look more made of die-cast metal than it does plastic. Then rewinding back to 2005 and we have Toy Biz's effort. It was released as part of the Marvel Legends Legendary Riders series, that's series 11 to those keeping count. It boasts a metallic sheen to the gold parts, but the red doesn't, resulting in a much more plasticky look in comparison to the Select one. Yet the Legends version is one of my all-time favourite Marvel Legends, and now side by side with the Select one, you might be wondering just why I've held it in such regard. And here I feel I need to defend my opinion a little. While a decade separates the Select and Legends versions, another decade separates the Legends version and the very first Hulkbuster from 1995's Iron Man animated series. And from that one in 1995, the Legend one to me represents a giant leap in sculpt and articulation. Meanwhile, the Marvel Legends one compared to the Select for me represents less of a leap and more making tweaks to perfect a formula. Side by side and in hindsight, I can say the Legends one suffered from a mishmash of proportions. For instance, a tiny cinched waist, then overly large forearm armor. So while they are both comic-based appearances, the Select one in its proportions has a more real-worldliness feeling to it. However, worthy of note with the Legends one is its flip-up helmet to reveal Tony Stark inside. This figure already represented bang for your buck owing to just its size, but here Toy Biz really went the extra mile, so the head also features articulation, a neck hinge that moves the head up and down, plus it also has rotation. And while we're on the subject of articulation, Select's helmet not only doesn't flip up, but it's a real pain to articulate. I have rotated it slightly to the side off camera, but now the camera is on, he doesn't want to perform. The shoulder armor is articulated, so can be moved to allow for posing of the arms, yet they still don't allow full rotation of the arms at the shoulder as the Legends one does. Then their arms move up this much. Both have upper arm rotation. I love the sculpt of pistons on the Select's arm. Now the Legends one has a single jointed elbow, whereas the Select one rotates at the elbow and has a really stiff hinge, which with a struggle is equivalent to the range of movement of the elbow of the Legends one, and it is at least enough to get him into a "Hi Mom" pose. Both have wrist rotation, then the Legends one is hinged, whereas Select one instead pivots. Then the Legends one has articulated digits, but while fixed, at least the Select one has dynamic hand poses, an open repulsor style blast on the left hand, and clenched fist on the right. The Legends one has waist rotation, then a diaphragm joint which doesn't really rotate as the Select one does, but then on the Select the rotation of that diaphragm joint is in lieu of waist rotation. And the diaphragm joints of each only move a little forward and a little back. At the hips the legs of each move out, the Select one a little more so, and then they both move forwards about the same amount and also move back about the same amount. Both have upper leg rotation. The knee, the Legends, is double jointed, whereas the Select rotates and also has a hinge. Both have hinged feet and an ankle pivot, with the Selects being more functional, with both stood here at their widest stances possible, still with both feet flat on the floor. And finally, the Legends one has toe articulation, which comes in handy for a walking pose. So the humongous size of the Hulkbuster in Avengers Age of Ultron might make this Select one a bit small to some tastes. For instance, the Marvel Select movie Hulk dwarfs it, yet when first appearing in the comics, the Hulkbuster armor was actually shorter than the Hulk, and seen here alongside the Legends movie Hulk, I think this Select might be a better fit for the 6-inch scale collector, and as it's a comic armor rendering, here it is side by side with my favourite comic Hulk, the Marvel Legends Face-Off Hulk. And finally, let's stick in a more regularly sized Iron Man in the form of the Marvel Legends Epic Heroes one, albeit customised by yours truly. personally. Now, all things considered, I think it's a shame a flip-up helmet feature couldn't be worked into this new Select. That way it would entirely replace the Legends one for me, but for me to even say that kind of makes me feel bad, because for what you get for your money, I shouldn't be complaining. So if you don't have the Legends one, it can be pricey to track down on eBay. This Select one may prove, if not a better, then certainly a cheaper option. Right now, for it not to make my top 5 come year end, then figures coming out in the second half of this year are gonna have to be pretty darn dynamite. And I'll be interested to see how it stacks up against the Marvel Legends movie Hulkbuster Builder figure that I hope to get soon. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if, in the instance of the Hulkbuster, are you Team Marvel Legends or Team Marvel Select? Click the video on the right for my previous action figure comparison. As ever, I sure would appreciate it if you could give this video a big Hulk busting thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.